Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is LB the Realist, and this is Surrealistic Studios, where the real is surreal. Thank you for joining me today. There will come a time when I don't need to do all that. It's not that time. So, I wanted to read a story here from USA Today. I came across this yesterday, and I was just so taken back because it just highlights the seriousness of the issue at hand. So, I'll go ahead and get through this here. In Detroit, a teen was killed live on an Instagram video in the living room of one of his best friends, police said Tuesday. Dylan Hemphill, 18 years old, and the suspect, also 18, were showing off money and a rifle on the video when the shooting happened at 11:55 p.m. Eastern Time Monday on the city's west side, Detroit police and Hemphill's mother said. Hemphill's friend accidentally put his finger on the firearm's trigger and discharged it, officers said. Hemphill was struck in the back of the head. It seems so surreal right now. I'm shocked, very shocked, Dylan Hemphill's mom, Chantel Hemphill, told WXYZ TV Detroit. They're close friends. They're like brothers. I mean, I treated Deron like he was a son of mine. Dylan Hemphill's friend called 911 to tell dispatchers what happened, but the teen died at the house, according to emergency responders. His friend, whose full name was not immediately released, is in police custody, likely to face felony charges. So, there's another incident that actually occurred recently as well. And it's very similar, although there's different circumstances. So, here we go. In another accidental shooting over the weekend, this time captured on Facebook Live, a Houston man was shot in the head as he and two others sat in a vehicle in a gas station parking lot and played with two guns, police in Texas said. You're making me nervous, Devin Holmes, 26 years old, of Houston, said early Sunday in the video seconds before he was shot, KTRK TV Houston reported. A second unidentified man in the car said the gun had no clip. Then Cassandra Damper, 25 years old, of Houston, is accused of pulling the trigger, and the gun discharges. Holmes was hospitalized but is brain dead on life support, authorities said. Damper was arrested and charged with tampering with evidence. She is accused of wiping off gunshot residue she might have had on her hands. As of Tuesday, she was free on $2,500 bond, but her case is being referred to a grand jury for potential additional charges. It is unclear how many people might have been watching either video when the shootings occurred. Again, that was from USA Today, and I'll leave that in the description so you guys can check that out. So when I read that, I was so taken back, and I actually saw the video, and it's so devastating. I didn't see the one with the 18-year-old. I saw the one with Devin Holmes, I believe his name is. So yeah, Devin Holmes, 26 years old, of Houston. That's the video that I saw. Both cases are devastating, but it's even more devastating when you have someone, that's so young and has so much of their life to live. And Devin Holmes was only 26. He's only 8 years older, than the first victim in the story, Dylan Hemphill. So it's just so sad. And in the video that I watched, these three people in the car in the gas station parking lot, and there's a guy sitting in the back seat. I believe the woman is in the driver's seat, and Devin is in the passenger seat next to her. There's a gun in between them both on the whatever the middle part of the car is, you know what I mean, the armrest. And they're playing with the gun. Sometime in the video, she picks up the gun, Cassandra, and first of all, the guy in the back seat handles the gun, and he starts putting his finger on the trigger. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Every responsible gun owner knows that you're stupid. What are you doing? He's putting his finger all on the trigger. Then Cassandra picks up the gun, and she's talking shit, while she's waving the gun around. Devin is sitting next to her. He says, "You're making me nervous." He's like, "Whoa, whoa, what are you doing?" Like, he tries to get her to put the gun down. He's doing this, like trying to calm her down while she's like doing all this with the gun in front of him. He says, "You're making me nervous." Then he says something like, "Aren't you from somewhere?" I don't know if he was trying to crack a joke or whatever. Next thing you know, the gun goes off and you see him tilt his head over and blood starts coming from his head, and he starts making a groaning noise or a moaning noise from being shot in the head. It's just so, it's so devastating and it's so irresponsible. Like, every responsible gun owner knows the three rules. Well, the three rules that I learned. Number one, you treat every gun as if it's loaded, even if you know it's not. Number two, you always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. And number three, you never point the gun at anything that you don't want to kill or destroy. And if you follow all those three rules, you'll stay alive and you'll keep the ones you care about alive. And there's not enough, I think, gun safety, to go around. There's not enough people that are speaking on gun safety. There's not enough people that know about gun safety. So many people are turned off by guns, that they just don't know any better. And some people, that get guns, or they think they're cool and shit. They want to wave them around, and a lot of people want to point their guns at their friends. Let me tell you, this kind of shit happens all the time. Like, this happened to, this happened to my family members. A close family friend was shot by another family friend, and they were very close just because they were playing around, just because they were waving around guns and had their fingers on the trigger. And the gun went off. And sadly, the person died. You know what I'm saying? And people die all the time. It's just unfortunate that so many people think it's a game. It's not a game. You do have to be safe with firearms. You have to take it seriously. It's life or death out here. And when an incident like that occurs and you see it in front of you, it's a different experience than watching it on a movie, or, seeing it in a show, or thinking about it, thinking that you can handle it. It's a different experience when you see somebody, especially when it's somebody that you know, somebody that you might even care about. It's especially difficult, So, these stories right here, they don't do anything for the main issue when it comes to, gun safety in America. And I mean, if anything, they highlight the issue that we need more gun safety in America. Classes, know-how, I don't know. I'm not sure if the gun was legal or if it was illegal or not. I know they were handling it in an unsafe manner. And if people just would take responsibility, then, stuff like this wouldn't occur. But my heart goes out to Devin Holmes and Dylan Hemphill, and to their friends and family members, because this is devastating. Very devastating. And it's just no words for it, Just no words for it. So, if you've never heard it before, just remember those three rules that I just said. Always treat a gun as if it's loaded, even though you know it's not. Just treat it as if it's loaded, and you'll never have an issue. Never point the gun at anything that you don't want to kill or destroy. And always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire your weapon. And you'll stay alive. At least that's my opinion. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like this video if you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember to love from your hearts. Remember the peace from your souls. And I'll see you guys on the next one, alright?